Today our topic is the Stoic Guide to Inner Peace. Life is full of challenges, and sometimes it feels like the world is against us. But what if I told you that you have the power to find peace, no matter what happens around you? This is the heart of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. Imagine a boat in the middle of a storm. The waves are crashing, the wind is howling, and the sky is dark. The boat cannot control the storm, but it can control how it moves through the water. In the same way, we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. This is the first lesson of Stoicism. Focus on what is within your power. Your thoughts, your actions, and your choices are yours to control. Everything else, what other people say, what happens in the world, even the weather, is outside your control. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you free yourself from a lot of stress and anxiety. Think about it. How much time do we waste worrying about things we cannot change? We worry about what people think of us, about the future, about things that might never happen. But worrying does not change anything. It only steals our peace of mind. The Stoics teach us to focus on the present moment, because that is where our power lies. You cannot change the past and you cannot predict the future, but you can make choices right now that will shape your life. Another important Stoic idea is to accept things as they are. This does not mean giving up or being passive. It means recognizing that some things are simply beyond our control, and that is okay. Imagine you are stuck in traffic. You can get angry and frustrated, or you can accept that you cannot change the situation and use the time to relax or think. Acceptance does not mean you like the situation, but it helps you deal with it without unnecessary suffering. The Stoics also teach us to practice gratitude. When life is hard, it is easy to focus on what is wrong. But even in difficult times, there are things to be grateful for. Maybe it is a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, or simply the fact that you are alive. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, and this can bring a sense of peace and contentment. Stoicism also encourages us to think about our own mortality. This might sound depressing, but it is actually a powerful tool for living a meaningful life. When we remember that life is short, we are more likely to appreciate the time we have and make the most of it. We stop putting off the things that matter and start living with purpose. The Stoics believed that we should live according to nature, which means living in harmony with the world and with ourselves. This involves understanding our place in the universe and recognizing that we are part of something bigger. It also means being true to our own values and not letting external things like money, fame, or other people's opinions dictate our happiness. Inner peace comes from within, not from external circumstances. Another key Stoic practice is to prepare for challenges. The Stoics believe that by imagining the worst-case scenario, we can reduce our fear and anxiety. This is not about being pessimistic, but about being prepared. If you think about what could go wrong and how you would handle it, you are less likely to be caught off guard. This practice, called premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils, helps us face difficulties with courage and resilience. Stoicism also teaches us to separate our emotions from our judgments. Often, we feel upset not because of what happens, but because of how we interpret it. For example, if someone criticizes you, you might feel hurt because you think their opinion matters. But if you remind yourself that their opinion is just their opinion, and it does not define you, you can let go of the hurt. The Stoics believe that we have the power to choose how we perceive events, and this choice can make all the difference. One of the most famous Stoic philosophers, Epictetus, was born a slave and faced many hardships in his life. Yet he found freedom and peace through his philosophy. He taught that we are not free because of our circumstances, but because of our mindset. No matter what happens to us, we always have the power to choose how we respond. This is the essence of Stoic freedom. Another Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, was a Roman emperor who faced constant challenges and responsibilities. Despite his power, he understood that true peace comes from within. He kept a journal, now known as Meditations, where he reflected on his thoughts and practiced Stoic principles. His writings remind us that even in the midst of chaos we can find stillness and clarity. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine. It is about facing life with courage, wisdom, and a calm mind. It is about recognizing that we cannot control everything, but we can control how we live. When we focus on what truly matters, our character, our values, our actions, we find a sense of purpose and peace that no external circumstance can take away. So how can you start practicing Stoicism in your own life? Begin by paying attention to your thoughts. Notice when you are worrying about things you cannot control, and gently bring your focus back to what you can do. Practice acceptance by reminding yourself that some things are simply beyond your power, and that is okay. Cultivate gratitude by taking a moment each day to reflect on what you are thankful for. And remember that life is short, so make the most of the time you have. Finally, prepare for challenges by imagining how you would handle difficult situations. This will help you face them with strength and calmness. Remember, inner peace is not something you find outside yourself. It is something you create within. The Stoic path is not always easy, but it is deeply rewarding. By focusing on what you can control, accepting what you cannot, and living with purpose and gratitude, you can find a sense of peace that lasts no matter what life throws at you. This is the Stoic Guide to Inner Peace, and it is a guide that can help you navigate the storms of life with grace and resilience.